Hi, my name is Adnan Hasbi and welcome to the Funny Finance Guy. In today's episode, I'm going to talk a little bit about investing in our own gifts. I'm sure many of us lately, especially those within the finance community or the investment community, has seen a lot of ads on how to invest in stocks, how to invest in property, how to invest in random things. To put things into perspective, many years ago, when the advice didn't quite, sorry, okay, the internet connection got down a while ago. So the advice didn't quite match with what I wanted to learn. Having said that, however, today there are just so much of information. And with all of that information, it's as though I know where I am today and I know where I want to go. But having said that, it's just so much of information. It is such a confusing journey. In fact, I'm drowning in so much information, and there's this analysis and paralysis where it is so frightening to move. There's just so much information. Everyone says the different thing. So over here, oh, by the way, thanks for the comment, the Yelp Studio. Thumbs up to you too. Anyway, in today's episode, I'm going to talk a little bit about the most fundamental investments we should do, which is this investment. I would suggest that we invest in our gifts. Okay, so what do I mean by investing in our gifts? So back when I was working as an accountant, back in the day, I remembered all of my colleagues used to tell me, I'm in the wrong place. I shouldn't work in accounting. Number one, I was relatively dyslexic, so I couldn't quite read numbers. And most of my seniors thought that I was somewhat like macam slow a bit lah. So I'm trying to figure out the best words for me of describing this. I couldn't quite read numbers, so sometimes I would, instead of writing a 2, I would write like a 5 or something. So it was difficult. The second thing was I'm a great storyteller. I also, in fact, when all of my colleagues were quiet accountants, they sat by themselves. I, on the other hand, I just love to talk. So and when I decided to move from my job from an accountant to an analyst, that was where I did a lot of talking and a lot of, reporting to my fund managers. And when I was reporting to my fund managers and I was leveraging on my gift of storytelling and also my accounting knowledge, that is where I shine the most. And remember, in one of my previous episodes, I talked a little bit about me being dyslexic and how I grew up thinking I was not the smartest kid. And I was always like, I guess, out of the top 10, our parents would ask us, out of top 10, where do you come? I was like one of the bottom 5 or something. So it wasn't the happiest of memories for me. But over here, when I use that particular difference in wiring for my brain, I realize today I can actually read trends. So while people are looking at numbers and alphabets and whatnot, when I look at reports, I tend to be able to forecast certain things. And that was so wonderful. And today, in today's episode, I want to tell all of us, as a family, as an investment family, that for us to improve ourselves and for us to invest and get the highest ROIs, invest in our gifts. I know there's so much of information is out there. It's just too much of information. And sometimes we are just drowning with fear, not knowing what to do next. And I've been getting a lot of people asking me questions. Where should I do? What should I do? What should I do? Where should I go? And my answer is this. My answer is look at yourself, see what you're great at. Chances are some of you could be really good in baking. And you know what? If you bake, I've seen bakers becoming millionaires. In fact, not too long ago, I ordered this cake from Mama Sub, and she makes I think she grossed about 44 million just last year. And it's not stocks, it's not properties, it's not investment altogether. It's investing in what you are interested in, investing in what you're interested at, and investing in your gifts. So over here, in this channel, I celebrate ways of trying to make money. May it be stocks, may it be properties, may it be anything. But over here, I want all of us to look at ourselves and figure out what we are great at. What is our gifts? What is our hobbies? Polish that particular gift. You know, there was a long time ago, I actually heard this from another investment channel about this person selling rocks, which had eyes and which had a mouth and smiley face. And these pets, so to speak, they made tens of millions of dollars. So the selling proposition was that these pets did not dirty your house. At the same time, kids will be able to get pets. These are called pet rocks. And what I want to say over here is that it's a wonderful place, but please do not be generic. When we are generic, you know, our voice won't be heard. But having said that, if we know where we are, and we are being who we are, and we invest in our gifts, and we give that particular gifts for other people to enjoy, you will find life relatively enjoyable, number one. And number two, you probably get some returns, and you'll be happy and get returns at the same time. So it's a win-win-win across the board. And yes, I don't know whether I should blame any politicians as to this particular meltdown in the economy. I see that the Yacht Studio. You know, this particular, I guess, meltdown, I think is a lot of us coughing and a lot of us not being able to go out of our house. And just look out for this particular date, 30th of September. That's when the moratorium period is going to ease. And I think, wow, it's going to be a very interesting time for a lot of us, the banks, people working. I'm not sure whether companies are going to let go of staff members. So in this channel, like I said, I want to share as much information as possible. I thank you, the Yacht Studio, for your two comments. This is my first 2 comments ever on this particular channel live. So, I mean, most of the time when I record myself, I don't even know whether who's watching this particular episode. But yeah, it goes to show, you know, if you start, I'm leveraging on my gift, which is storytelling, and I hope that with me storytelling, I hope to build this channel into an okay channel, and we as a family can make money. With that, guys, thank you so very much, and I hope to see you in the next episode of the Funny Finance Guy. Take care. Always be investing in ourselves, always be improving, and always be having fun in making money and doing what you love. So with that, I'd like to thank you guys so much. See ya.